Well, hello there. Welcome to Healthy Cooking with your friendly Italians. I'm Jim Bero.
And I'm Marilyn Bero.
And we hope you had a great 4th. We surely did. The community was going strong, had the fireworks going on downtown, lots of boats, exciting time, and we enjoyed it, right, Marilyn?
It was great fun.
Yep.
It was nice to see the other bandstand being used.
Yep.
It was nice to have the fireworks back in downtown Seneca Falls.
So we're gonna give you a demonstration of a dish that I made. We got some recipes. We're gonna talk about the wine Finger Lake Wine Trail Festival, the beer trail. I didn't even know there was a beer trail. We're going to talk about these wonderful fruits and vegetables that are available.
Yes,
down at the farmers market, and we're going to give you some hints. Everybody has their own potato salad. We're not going to try to tell you how to put in the potato salad. We got some hints that make it better.
How you can change it a little bit. Yes.
So that's all in store for us, and I think we shall start by giving you a demonstration of a dish that we made called a shrimp Louis or shrimp Louis. Is that
no, it's just Louis.
Right. No, it's not.
Louis.
Forget that one.
That's okay.
All right.
But this is something we had out in San Francisco many, many years ago. But Jim, of course, has refined it in a certain degree, and now
I don't know if you want to call it refined it.
Well, changed it, made it his own.
But it's a classic recipe, easy to do, and we can use the small little shrimp, frozen shrimp that are all clean, no mess, no fuss. You just thaw them out, dry them out, and you go with them. And we're also going to be talking about we eat through our mouth and it goes into our stomach, but we also eat with our eyes of how things look.
So we're talking about color combination and presentation, yes.
So this is what we're going to do for our demonstration. And when we get this going, we got to tell you that Enrico Caruso would order this dish at the Olympic Club in Seattle. And it became a famous dish there, and especially of a very fancy hotel in San Francisco called St. Francis Hotel in San Francisco. We would enjoy it at a place called SCOMA'S, which is out on the
wharf
on
in
the
San
wharf,
Francisco.
and it's a really great thing, a great place to eat, and it's been there for years. And I can remember eating abalone there.
Yes,
I don't think
there's much abalone anymore, but that was a wonderful dish at that time when we were doing all that traveling.
Right. So we're gonna give you this demo, and it won't take that long. As I said, it's easy to do, and I think you'll enjoy it. And it's a nice presentation. It's that you can serve for company, or you can see on a nice warm night. You can have this for dinner.
Yes.
You have this.
It's always nice not to have to use the stove.
Yep.
So, salads and cold soups are wonderful at this time of the year.
So we're ready when Jim is, and Jim and Jim are both ready.
Yeah, there we are.
Okay, we got a little mixing bowl, and we're adding. This is a combination of light mayonnaise and sun-dried tomatoes, and we're going to mix that together with a little milk and some chives, and this is going to be the dressing that we're going to be using
for the shrimp. And you have another way of making sun-dried tomatoes, Jim.
Yeah, you can.
Instead of buying them, I find the ones bought seem to be really strong. So if you can make your own, I think it's a better option.
Right. What I do is I take plum tomatoes, cut them into slices, put a little salt, pepper, and olive oil in it, put them on a baking sheet, put them in the oven for at about 250 degrees for about 5 or 6 hours, and they caramelize, and it's a sun-dried tomato.
Yeah.
and it really, really works well. And that's one of the things you can put in there. And the chives that I'm using here are the chives from our garden.
We have a container garden on deck, on our deck. So everything is raised in pots, and we have lots. So, yeah.
So and we got some lemon juice in there, and some tomato paste, and some Worcestershire sauce, and salt and pepper to your taste.
And I just noticed some Tabasco.
And Tabasco, yeah. And we just mix that up. Try to use fresh pepper. It makes all the difference in the world.
Freshly ground.
Freshly ground. And that's your dressing. Pretty easy so far. There's some celery I'm putting in, which adds a little yin and yang to it. It gives a little crunch to it, which will work well against the shrimp. So we got, and now we have fallen in love. Marilyn loves avocado.
I love avocados.
And I've got to the point where I enjoy it very much. And here's an easy way to put your knife in. See how that pit comes right out?
Right.
Then you just score the halves in a sort of diagonal fashion. And I'll do the same with the other one. And there's a nice creaminess about avocado. They are fairly fatty, but a good type of fat.
But it's a good fat, and it does make things creamy, and the flavor's very good, and it also is very healthy. I mean, there's a lot of good nutrients and vitamins in avocado.
Now, see what I'm doing here is I'm just taking a small spoon and just taking all the flesh out of there, and then it'll break up into little chunks that I made by doing that vertical scoring. And the creaminess of this avocado with the shrimp and
just
the
adds
celery,
a richness to the whole.
Really does.
It's really good.
So we've got that. Now we're going to be adding some shrimp here, and I just go out and buy the small shrimp. You don't need to buy the big shrimp. These small shrimp have thawed out. I've dried them off as much as I can.
Putting them in some paper towel.
Paper towels.
Yeah.
And these small shrimp are very inexpensive. You know, I think a pound of shrimp will cost you around $5 or $6, so it's not bad at all, and it goes a long way. But make sure you dry them off. You don't want soggy shrimp, if you will.
Yes, you don't want it to become, you don't want liquidy.
So we've got lettuce around the outside.
He has freshly grown Bibb lettuce that he bought at the farmer's market, I think.
And we're going to put the shrimp in the middle. Now, see what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create a color. I've got the
greens on the outside
of that, and I've got the whiteness of the shrimp in the middle.
A little pink looking because you got the tomatoes in it and the pink of the shrimp.
All right, so now we got to dial this thing up some more. You can do your own thing. This is what I had available. Here I've got some broccoli. Leftover broccoli that I stick in the middle.
That's just blanched
broccoli.
There's no flavoring on it.
And then we'll take some paprika to give another little color to it around the outside. Put that out there. And I got some asparagus.
And what we've been finding is, with just two of us at home, he'll get the asparagus or the broccoli, and he'll just blanch it off, and we'll put it in the refrigerator. And that way you can use it in many ways.
Right.
I'm a great one. I like either vegetables or some kind of fruit with my breakfast.
And you see what I'm doing with that's a carrot. And I'm just taking a potato peeler and giving shavings. Again, getting a little bit more color to it. And there's the asparagus that I've blanched.
I very well might take some of this asparagus or some of this broccoli and put it in an omelette or put some cheese in it. But there are blanched vegetables in the refrigerator that you can use whatever way you'd like.
And I've got some rosettes of radish that I just put in water, and they open up like flowers. Now a little swedges of lemon around the outside. Now we're getting there.
So isn't that a pretty dish?
And now it's not done yet.
Oh, it isn't.
I got some hard-boiled eggs that I'm going to put out around the outside, just cut in quarters. When you boil an egg, make sure you put a little hole in each end with a pin. It allows it not to discolor. And put it on. When it starts to simmer, put the top on. Cook it for just 10 minutes. That's all you need.
Well, if you bring it just to a boil,
right,
and put a top on it, and put a cover, a tight cover on your pan, turn the heat off, and let it stand for 20 minutes. You'll have hard-boiled eggs.
Now, isn't that a nice-looking dish? I'm proud of that dish.
Yes.
It looks good, and it tastes good.
It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it.
Salud, my paisan. There we go. So, yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice recipe. I hope you will
So we
take
hope you'll all
advantage.
try it and make it your own. Do what you want.
Yep. So you, as we say, you taste with your tummy, and you taste with your eyes. So, Marilyn, let's talk about the Finger Lakes Wine Festival.
Yes.
Which is going to be held July 11th to the 13th.
At Watkins Glen, is it?
At the Watkins Glen Speedway. There are over 80 wineries that are going to be there. There's got music. You can taste wines. You can buy wine. There's food. There's cooking demonstrations. Right. It goes on. It's $40 for it one day, or
$50 for two
days. And it used to be here in Seneca Falls. It used to be up at the college. But
right.
some of the powers to be here got their feet caught in their mouths or something. But anyway, I don't want to.
Anyway, it got moved.
They got moved.
And it got bigger.
And it got much bigger. Thousands and thousands of people go to this thing. Make sure if you do go, it's a great event, and it's not that expensive. But bring a driver that is not going to drink, because they won't let you out of there if you're in an inebriated state. So you should take advantage of that.
So that's a lovely thing to do in the Finger Lakes area this coming weekend.
I can't think of a better thing to do is drink some good wines.
Or taste all these wonderful wines.
Yeah.
I don't know
and
how
they have
many
food
wineries.
demonstrations too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So enjoy. Next recipe. Watermelon season is here. Let's have a watermelon salad.
They're wonderful.
Yeah. But let's add some things that you normally wouldn't put with watermelon. We're going to put some tomatoes, some cucumber, and feta cheese. This is going to be very light and refreshing. The combination goes extremely well. We're going to mix some arugula and cut some cherry tomatoes in half, put that in there. Cut up some watermelon and put it in there. We're going to use feta cheese that we're going to dice. Don't get the crumbly feta cheese that you buy in the store. Get a piece of it that's in a liquid, a watery liquid, and take out what you want. Much, much better to do it that way. And then I'll go out in the garden to get some basil and chiffonade it. What I mean by chiffonade, you roll it up and then slice it.
Slice it,
and
yes.
You can use that. And then to that, you enter a very simple dressing that you make out of olive oil, lemon juice, salt and pepper. That's it.
That's it.
Pour it over the top, and you've got another nice summer.
Simple summer salad that is wonderful.
Yep. So enjoy. Now, Marilyn, this is the best season for all the wonderful things that we can buy and eat at this time of the year.
Right. Again, reminding everybody they should be going to their local farmers markets and finding all these wonderful ingredients.
Yeah. Strawberries season is about over, but the cherries are starting to come.
Right.
The raspberries, peas, beans, all at the farmers markets, and there's farmers markets all over. Thank God we have one here in Seneca Falls.
Right.
And now I understand that they take food stamps down there.
I think they do. And they said they really do not have all of their vendors yet, because some of them do not have things ready quite yet. But as the weeks progress, they'll have more and more vendors there. And you can also go and have lunch. They have a couple of places you can get speedy or hamburgers or whatever. There's all kinds of things. There's lots of picnic tables down there, so you can go.
It's happening.
It is.
All right. When we were traveling this weekend, we noticed the corn. Corn's supposed to be knee-high by the 4th of July. Well, it isn't. It looks like it's going to be a little late this year.
There were a few that were, but most of them were not. Of course, it was such a rainy season, so
Yeah.
I think that prevented some people from planting their corn.
And I want to thank the Cornell Extension Service that is really working hard for these farmers markets,
Right.
and doing a great job. And hopefully one of these days we'll have some of those people on and we'll talk about what they do. So enjoy the farmers market. It really is it's a small window, a couple months, but you should take advantage of it. Next recipe, we're going to get into some cold soups, Marilyn.
Right. Which are really nice on these really warm evenings.
Yeah. How about some gazpacho?
Gazpacho is a wonderful soup. I
And
really enjoy
this is not a very spicy gazpacho. I can't take a spicy gazpacho because I get what they call as agita. This doesn't,
or
but this is
heartburn now.
Heartburn, right?
Yeah, right.
So this is an easy recipe. All you have to do is put it in a blender, or we talked about the emulsifier that I use, and so it's an easy recipe to do. Let's say you have a food processor. Get 3 tomatoes and core them and seed them. Put that in there. Or if you don't have tomatoes right now, you get a can of the petite cube tomatoes. Put that in. Half a cup of roasted red peppers. You can buy a jar of already done roasted red peppers.
But it's very easy to throw. What temperature would you roast your peppers in?
We roast the peppers at about 300 degrees in the oven for about a half an hour. Take them out, put them in a bag, let them set.
And the skins will come right off.
Skins will come right off. So, and it's very, very easy and very economical. We'll also add some celery to this. And a nice ingredient, dried dill, and then we're going to add a little bit of red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar and salt and pepper, and puree it. Put it in the refrigerator till it gets nice and cold. Now, if you want a little more oomph to it as far as spiciness, put a dash of Tabasco sauce in there, and decorate it with a little cilantro or parsley, whatever you might have. And you have a excellent, easy, nice summer type of
Again, a summer
food.
and something very light and refreshing.
Right. Marilyn, did you know that we have a beer trail here in the Finger Lakes?
I've sort of read about it. I don't know much about it, though.
It's amazing. In 2011, we had 24 breweries in the Finger Lakes. I never realized we had 24. Today, we have 69 breweries. And there's a map available of showing where all the breweries are on the brewery trail or the beer trail. FingerLakesBeerTrail.com, ICON trail map, and the only 2 breweries that I know of are Wegmans that we've been to is Wegmans and
Wegmans.
Not Wegmans, Wagner's.
Wagner's.
And
I was
3
going to say,
brothers.
wait a minute. Okay.
Whatever. I think I went there after I had some beer.
Okay.
But that might be interesting, that we have these many beers.
These microbreweries are really fun. They've been a big thing out west, and then in the Portland, Oregon area, we've known about them, and they have a huge beer festival down in Portland. But they're really coming into their own in this area, so you should go try them because they're beers that you wouldn't normally taste, any place.
Well, you go to a place like Parker's, and they have I don't know how many beers on tap, but a lot of them are local beers, and they're very good. It's an adventure to go and try some of these local beers. I think you would really enjoy them.
So if you want a nice little ride and a little tasting, go try the beers.
Yep. Don't drink too much. Bring it home or something, right?
Right. Buy some and bring it home. Right.
All right. Last recipe I got is another cold soup. We hear about vichyssoise, which is a potato leek soup.
And we did that a few weeks back.
Right. This is a lighter, and it has a completely different flavor to it. It is called cucumber soup. Now, potatoes are going to go in there, leeks are going to go in there, but you're going to have the cucumber that is going in there. So what I want you to do is take and heat 1 tablespoon of butter, add 3 seeded and grated cucumber to that, get a leek. Tops has got some leeks available. Wegmans got
Make sure you wash them very
wash
well.
them thoroughly. I haven't seen any yet at the farmer's market. We might have some shortly. Slice that, add some chopped onion, and cook it over some low heat for about 3 minutes. Then add 1 tablespoon of fresh mint, 1 tablespoon of fresh dill, a bay leaf, and cube up a russet potato and put it in there, and let that cook for about 10 minutes. Then add 1 tablespoon of flour, and you're almost making a roux now, mixing that in there. Cook that for 1 minute. And then add 3 cups of chicken stock, a little some teaspoon of salt, and over low heat, cook it for about 20 minutes. Let it cool. Take the bay leaf out, puree it, add 1 cup of light cream or creme fraiche. And let me talk about light cream. You can make your own light cream too if you take skim milk and cream cheese, light cream cheese or no fat cream cheese, and mix it together. You can make it that way. Creme fraiche, you can take 2 tablespoons of buttermilk, 1 pint of cream.
And make your own creme fraiche.
And you beat it up and you leave it out at room temperature covered for 12 hours, and it will thicken up on you, and it has a tartness to it. And that's what's created by the buttermilk in it, and it's a nice thing to do. All right, so we're going to take the light cream, we're going to take some lemon and put it in there, lemon juice, and we're going to put some honey in it, and a little pepper, and puree it and refrigerate it, and you serve it. You can put a little parsley, whatever you want on top, and you have a very nice soup. And try cold soups. They're good. In the summer, they're good. They're good in the winter. So try it. Marilyn, we were
invited to a barbecue over the 4th of July, and Jim decided to bring a potato salad, and he decided to change it up just a little bit. Now, we don't have a recipe, but he's going to tell you what he did. It was absolutely delicious, and everybody loved it.
Everybody really liked this. I had a real hit on my hand. I'm not going to try to tell you exactly what you should put into your potato salad. But I'm going to give you some hints that I think make the potato salad better. And first of all, the best potato I find to use is the Yukon Gold.
At this time of the year.
Yep.
Now, when you get towards the fall, potato crops start coming, then you have all the wonderful fingerling potatoes, the purple potatoes,
they're
all
wonderful,
those.
Yeah.
So you can use those. But right now, the Yukon Gold is what you should be using.
And you want to cut it up into uniform pieces, about 1/2-inch pieces, whatever kind of potato you use, and simmer it in salt water for 10 minutes. Don't boil it. Boil it is going to make them mushy.
Right.
And you want to take them out and put them through a sieve, dry them off, put them in a pan, and mix together some just regular old mustard or Dijon
mustard.
And mix in with that dill, the fluid from dill.
You want the leftover fluid from a dill pickle.
Dill pickle, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Mix that together, pour that over the top, and put it in the refrigerator for half an hour, okay? Let that set. Let that sort of cream up a little bit. Now you can put whatever dressing you like. If you want to lighten the dressing up, I like to mix Hellmann's light mayonnaise and Greek yogurt together. It makes it much...
You really don't notice the yogurt in it, and it does lighten the whole thing up. Because I do really think, even though there are vinegar-based dressings for potato salad, I still think the creaminess of the mayonnaise or a mayonnaise combination with yogurt makes it a better potato salad.
It does, and a lot of people stick their nose up at yogurt, but plain Greek yogurt has
and you
got
can get
so
that
much
to
versatility.
light, or you can get it to no-fat yogurt too.
The only thing you don't want to do with yogurt is you heat it; it'll break down.
Right.
But serving it where you don't heat it is good.
Yeah.
Other things that I put in dill pickle relish in it. I'll put sweet red pepper relish in it. I'll put celery seed, red onion, celery. I'll put a little dried dill in it. Mix that all up. Mix it. Now take your potatoes out, mix that, and refrigerate it till it's nice and cold. If you want to add hard-boiled eggs, add them after the fact. Don't put them in. Let them
before you serve
just
it.
before you serve. And I'm telling you, you take some of these hits, and you're going to be the hit as far as potato salad concerned. It's really, really good. So do your own thing, as we always tell you, but here are some hints that might help you along. So, Marilyn, we had a wonderful lunch this past week out at Thirsty Owl.
We did. We had a wonderful lunch.
And
there.
we had skate.
It was called a skate wing. Now, I've had skate before. It's a fish. But I've never had a skate wing. And it was absolutely delicious, and they did it in a blueberry sauce of some sort.
Blueberry and cream.
Yeah, it was absolutely delicious.
But it was wonderful. So we had, and what a beautiful spot to sit there.
Well, Thirsty Owl is probably the only place that you can go on Cayuga Lake that you can have an absolutely incredible view of the lake and can eat outside. We don't have too many. We have a couple, but there aren't too many that serve really good food and have this absolutely incredible view of the lake.
Right. So that does the show for this week. We're going to continue with some summer types of recipes. Right. We're going to get into grilling some chicken. Marilyn, go ahead. You're going to say it anyways. What do I do with chicken?
Well, you overcook it, particularly breast. So
I'm not going to cook the breast.
He's only going to give you recipes for thighs because
they're better.
His cooking of breasts is not. It's always dried, overcooked.
Yeah, you've said enough now, right?
Okay,
all right. That's enough, right? All right. And we might even have a special guest coming in, and so we're going to try some summer recipes that are healthy and taste good, and using all the local products that are available. So I want you to enjoy. The summer is turning out to be great, and we will see you the next time and continue to cook some wonderful summer foods. Until then, ciao.
Ciao.